In this convenience-driven world, we've lost connection to each other, to our history and culture, and to our food. We go to the supermarket, buy what's on sale, and never even think about where it's from, how fresh it is, and the many people who played a part in getting it here to your hands as you scan at self-checkout. This is what we love so much about visiting local markets when we travel. You truly get the chance to connect to the traditions and history behind your food, to see how the dish you're about to eat went from the ocean to the fisherman to the stall at the market to your plate, and to interact with people with generations of knowledge and skill. It reminds us that food is so much more than just something we eat. It's a connection to the people and places that sustain us. We visited a lot of markets in our travels, but this might be our favorite yet. So we are here at Noryangjin Seafood Market in Seoul. This is one of the oldest and largest seafood markets in the whole city. It started in 1927. It has been updated. You can tell it looks super nice. And this is where like the big auctions happen for the seafood here in the city. Like there's a section where you can see trucks come in with loads and loads of seafood. It's just absolutely full of seafood vendors. And I'm so excited because typically in places like this, you just see the raw seafood and you either have to buy it and make it yourself, which we can't do when we're traveling, or you just appreciate the views. But here we're actually gonna get to try it as well. There's so many unique things to find here in Korea and to taste. And I'm so excited to be doing both. It's gonna be amazing. Let's go.
It's like a Disneyland for fish. I guess it's more a Disneyland for the fish lovers, not the fish themselves.
Discount 70,000.
Man, there's so many good options at this two-story fish market. I'm posted up with this bird's eye view, strategizing on what we are going to get today. Honestly, just being able to see all of them at the same time is not making it easier, I'll tell you that much. I want it all.
The first floor has tons of fresh seafood. The second floor has more of that, but also dried seafood, paste, and fermented stuff. It also has some fancier seafood like uni and otoro, and a bunch of restaurants where you can bring the food you buy in the market and they will cook it. There's also a super epic view of where the seafood auctions actually happen. This is where the real action happens. Between 1 and 4 a.m., there's typically a bunch of huge fish seafood auctions going on. We didn't feel like waking up that early, but this is where the magic happens. Having scoped out the full market, it's time to shop. We went back to the lady who had given us the best price on the king crab earlier.
70,000.
But the price had changed.
Discount to 80.
Give us good price, good price.
80,000.
Several of the other stalls we had walked by had offered less than her new price, so because we're master negotiators, we just agreed to pay her price. But she did add on an octopus, a couple of sea squirts, some clams, and shrimp. I had heard this was a market with a bit of a tourist tax, so if you're into negotiating, I'm sure you could get a better deal. But it's a much better deal than we could get at home, so we just paid it.
Okay.
Excuse me? Honestly, excuse me? We go upstairs? Okay. Okay. I don't know where we're going. We're just following the leader.
So we bought our seafood. We finally decided. The lady at stall 22 was just so friendly, so we had to buy it there. But then someone comes and they take your seafood for you, and we're not exactly sure what happens from here. We're just following our seafood, and I think we'll I don't know, following the leader, we'll see what happens.
Service elevator. Getting a guided tour through the fish market here, seeing all the sights.
Taking another elevator.
All the way to the 5th floor.
Where are we? I'm fine with that. It might actually be a better spot. We had heard that most of the stalls in the market worked with specific restaurants, so we chose a restaurant when we walked around on the 2nd floor earlier and asked which stall we should buy our seafood from, but they just said no worries, just buy anywhere. Clearly, they were wrong. But I'm honestly so glad they were. Blindly trusting this sweet local lady has led us to a hidden gem here on the 5th floor of the market with stunning views of the city that feels like a place only locals could find. We literally had to switch elevators to get here. Before we sit, we go over the seafood we bought and how we want it prepared with the restaurant staff.
This one, sashimi?
Sashimi, yes. We have these things. They just threw in some of these. And we got an octopus. And now we wait for a dish that iVEN has been waiting to try for half his life. Yeah, it's definitely still moving.
Still moving. It's oh my god, it's like suction cupping to the chopstick.
Oh my god. I mean, you can't let it go?
No.
Oh my gosh.
When I was like 16 years old, I watched this random 360p YouTube video of someone eating live octopus in Seoul, Korea, and that is like imprinted in my brain since that. I regularly think about this, and I'm finally gonna have the chance to try it. Oh my gosh, they are wriggling. Oh my god, they're sticking to each other and the plate. Oh my god.
It's been cut up, but they are still wiggling.
Oh my gosh. That is such a strange sensation. The suction cups are like still moving by themselves. And they're like sticking to the roof of my mouth, and I have to like pull it off and then keep chewing. That is next level. This is like an interactive meal. I have never had anything like this before. Wow, really you're getting more of the sesame oil and sesame seed flavor. The octopus is really just playing that like textural role. It's like a couple different textures playing together. It's actually like a very simple and very like approachable flavor itself. It's not like fishy or anything like that. It's just like a meat kind of like jelly, but like with a little bit of like, not bite, but like a little bit of like gum, like it bounces back a little bit. It's worth trying. Will it become your favorite food? Probably not. But when else are you going to be able to play with your food at a level like this? Like this is just, look at that.
Bottoms up.
Make sure you chew well.
I don't need to chew probably this much, but I'm scared. People will die eating this sometimes. Places like here in Korea, they for sure know what they're doing. They cut it up small enough, but the tentacles can attach to your throat and you can die. Look, I didn't even scoop this. This is just attached itself to here. So they do that, but in your throat. So you want to chew to make sure that that does not happen. When we travel, we love to find unique foods. In Bali, we tried luwak coffee. In Australia, we ate kangaroo. And these are fun, unique things you can try in these countries, but they're not actually things that locals would really eat very often. But here, this octopus, it is so fun and unique and interesting, but it truly is something that the locals very much enjoy. Not just a gamek. I can see why. It has such a delicate flavor and the texture is really fun. It's not overly chewy. It actually is really nice and unique. I love sesame oil as well, and it's really good sesame oil. It's a sea squirt. It just looked too ridiculous and interesting to pass up. Here's like the ocean. It has like a funky bite to it. This is more like eating an oyster. You're getting like actual flavor, taste of the sea, taste of the ocean, while the octopus is more of a delicate flavor. Super fun. And she just threw in some shrimp and clams like included in what we were getting. And then once you're up here at the restaurant, you get kimchi, you know, and it becomes a full meal.
Is king crab. I mean, this is just such a treat. It's hard to get king crab legs when it's in season sometimes, but to be able to see a live king crab, you get to like buy the live king crab and they make it for you like fresh like this. I mean, what a treat. That is not something you can get in most places. And the price. This is definitely a treat in that it's like a treat yourself as well. But the crab prepared, like all in, a whole king crab, 80 bucks? 50 of that was the raw crab itself, and like 30 to prepare it. I paid more for frozen king crab legs once. And it's insanely fresh. This is next level. And yes, this isn't the world's largest king crab because we are just 2 people at the end of the day. But I mean, it is crab and it is king. There's no doubt about that. And in typical Korean fashion, we get scissors, the most practical kitchen appliance that is so underutilized everywhere else. Because look at what I can do here. Instead of like with those weird nutcracker looking things, I can just like cut right down the middle and get this like easy cross section. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. That is something else. Oh, wow. First bite, I'm gonna have it by itself. Out of this world. There's a level of sweetness in this crab that I'm willing to bet good money is impossible to get unless you're having it this fresh. I mean, that is so soft, so tender. Oh my god. And the sweetness. Well, I try to enjoy it for some. So my favorite crab preparation is chili crab. Like it's spicy, all mixed in. Absolutely delicious. This is not the type of crab you would put anything else on. You don't need anything whatsoever. Literally, I'm probably going to have my entire portion of this king crab all by itself because you get like that meaty, full-mouthed bite that you get in like a lobster, but with the soft, pillowy, sweet flavor of a really fresh crab. This is like the crabbiest crab. So it's time to move on to dessert. And here it is. Yes, that is fried rice in the head of the king crab. You get all the delicious, rich juices on the inside. In the body of the king crab, classic Korean fried rice, which is already so delicious by itself. Nori, they add vegetables, they add sesame, lots of sesame oil and sesame seeds. But then you get the juices of the crab flavoring it. Oh man, this is the stuff dreams are made of. That is my kind of dessert. It's like the meal after the meal. You start with the fine, refined, very delicate flavors, and then you get this nice, juicy, unctuous umami blast. Man, what are you having for dessert? That really is very good. Holy crap, that's delicious.
And now that we're totally stuffed with crab, you can get a little workout in. Just outside of the restaurant, there's a gym.
That actually looks really intense.
That was so good, and like honestly better than I ever could have imagined or expected. iVEN's already talking about coming back.
It was absolutely delicious. The price was right, so incredibly fresh. That was like crab with butter, but the butter was inside the crab.
It was amazing, and that spot, it was such a cool little restaurant with an incredible view of the city. What an amazing experience. iVEN and I are major foodies, and we love to go to these meat and seafood markets when we travel to, but oftentimes we can't ever buy anything because we don't have the right supplies in the kitchen of our Airbnb, or we literally have no idea how to even cook it.
Like, how are we gonna boil a whole king crab?
Yeah. So this was absolutely amazing that Korea has like given us this experience to be able to go downstairs, experience the real fish market, and then actually have it prepared for you. Like, this was so unique and amazing. I don't think we've seen anything quite like that as we've been traveling.
It's a great concept, okay? Everyone take note.
Yes, that's so special. Such a great experience.
Today has been such a special day, getting a taste of the city, trying new things, meeting locals, and learning more about where our food comes from.
I am so thankful for this experience and can't wait to explore more of this beautiful country and its markets and food. If you have any recommendations, please let us know in the comments and hit those subscribe and like buttons. It truly helps us so much. We'll see you on the next one, and until then, watch one of these videos. YouTube picked them out just for you.
And if you're missing our Australia content, look, kangaroo.